What it do, Niner fam? Well, nice practice today. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't padded. It wasn't padded. You know what I'm saying? But some good things came out. Some bad things came out. Well, it ain't too bad. It's the first practice. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you want to see everybody out there. You want to see everybody participating. You know what I'm saying? And Shanahan, like I said, Shanahan wants to, when they start making all them rules, they can't have pads on these days. You got to wait for them to have pads on, and that's really when you can evaluate somebody, because you might have a guy they don't got the pads on, but he's catching, he's running, he's doing everything. As soon as they put the pads on, he disappears. And you can't really tackle the quarterback like that. You can't really hit the quarterback. And running backs, think about it. You got to have your pads and stuff on to hit the hole and everything else. So, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's good to, everybody participating. You know what I'm saying? They had Bosa out on the field. You know what I'm saying? Being active with Mikael Williams. They was out there chilling, just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Now, Purdy threw. See, the thing is, they got other Niner reporters like Grant Cohn. I don't know why Grant Cohn chooses to report on the Niners when he only reports the negative stuff. Now, Grant Cohn to me is a hater. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? He's a hater. You know what I'm saying? Now, Purdy threw 2 picks today. You know what I'm saying? Remember, there's no pads. So as far as the O-line being there protecting or the defense coming there, no. And he's trying to, what Purdy do during practice, the coaches that have him, okay, you got wide receivers that are not there. Ayuk wasn't there or practicing. Pearsall wasn't there. So I think you had Jennings, Kittle was there. What's that? Demarcus Robinson. Jacob Cowing got a hamstring, so he was out. Man, that's my boy too, Jacob Cowing. He gonna have a good season, but he got to stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because he had the best OTAs so far, and then today he pulled a hamstring. But Purdy threw 2 picks. Okay, I think D Winters and one of the other safeties he threw, but he be trying to try stuff out with these receivers. You feel me? You got other receivers out there that you really not used to throwing to. So you're trying to thread stuff or throw stuff. You got to remember, Purdy is an anticipation thrower. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he was so good with Ayuk that one year, because Ayuk already knew the route, and Purdy already, okay, it's going to be over there. Ayuk's still in his stance. Purdy like, the ball's going to be over there. So by the time Ayuk get the ball's already out his hands, Ayuk just got to go get it. So you got a lot of new people that's not really, they got to get acclimated with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the first play of the of this practice they had, it was a bam, George Kittle, boom, touchdown. You know what I'm saying? And he hit him with Jennings a couple times, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? But with those, Jennings, Kittle, you know what you got. You know who they are. You know what you got. That's nothing, you know what you got. So where the picks come from is the new people. You know what I'm saying? Is the new people. It's like, okay, do I do a check down? I don't. Christian McCaffrey ain't really practicing. Do I do a check down? What do I do? You know what I'm saying? And then you're trying, you're trying out new stuff. You might as well, it's the first practice. It ain't really nothing big. You think Saleh on the first practice with no pads is going to send the full defense? No, he ain't doing that. That just doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? It's the first practice. Purdy just trying to, hey, get that arm ready. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? People be forgetting. This the same guy, Purdy, who had some major surgery on his arm and still played within a couple of months later. You feel me? So, usually when he comes back, when he's at practice, Purdy be letting it rip. He just be letting it rip. You know what I'm saying? Just to do it. Just let it rip. You feel me? Throw that ball. You feel me? You might as well. But then you have reporters like Nick Wright, the hater. Nick Wright is a complete hater, Niner hater. You feel me? For no reason. Just how you hating for no reason. You feel me? And if Purdy threw a pick, oh my goodness, they ready to throw him out the league. You know what I'm saying? But I remember one time they had where I think it was Lamar Jackson He threw like 5 picks during during OTAs or practice, whatever. He was just practicing. That's all they do. Oh, he was praised like a god. But Purdy throw one, Nick Wright will be all over him. That's why I say between Nick Wright and Grant Cohn, oh man, the hating is bad. The hating is bad, man. It's sad. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you gotta understand what practice is, especially when it's the first practice. You know what I'm saying? No Trent Williams. You know, they don't Trent Williams and Pooney and everything else. You ain't gotta. This is for individual stuff, just to see what you got, just a little taste of it. I know they had Mikael Williams going against Dominic Pooney. That was a matchup. That was a matchup, and he kind of did Dominic Pooney kind of dirty. They say he did okay. What I heard was back in the days, Joe Staley, when Aldon Smith was a rookie. When Aldon Smith was a rookie, they put him up against Joe Staley. And the first play he did, he kind of did some move and got past Joe Staley. Now, the look on Joe Staley's face was, I just got beat by a rookie. You know what I'm saying? But, okay, he on our team, so it's all good. But I just got beat by this rookie, you feel me? And Aldon Smith, he was a beast. He was a beast. He was a rookie, but he was a beast, even during the season. You know what I'm saying? So what they getting from Mikael Williams is he going to be a beast. He's going to be a beast. He got the long arms. He a big guy, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's good to have them first practices, them couple of general practices out, you know what I'm saying? Not like I said, it wasn't no passing unknown, so you ain't really hearing that pop. You ain't really hearing that saying Fred Warner act a beast and, you know what I'm saying, and Nick Bosa act a beast. That's why I say people be putting too much on it, you know what I'm saying? Shanahan is happy. He is happy. What? Juwan Jennings was right out there. He was out there practicing, doing his thing, because he know he gonna get paid. He don't have to act a damn fool and do all the OT holding in and holding out. He ain't got to do all that. He gonna get paid. He gonna get paid. He too valuable, and they know it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when I see what from everybody is, from the team is, it's gonna be a good season. Now they have to stay healthy. They have to stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not worried about it. I am not worried, especially the offense. I'm not worried about it. The defense, they said between Renardo Green and Jair Brown, they still got plenty of time. Plenty of time. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're waiting on. Like I said, they said it was a good practice. Good practice. Just a practice with no pads. Come on. Let me know what y'all think. Leave it in the comments. Peace. I'm out of here.